Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, September 22nd, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is wholeness finds balance with the yin within the yang and the yang within the yin. And today we are moving from Sun in Virgo into Sun in Libra, transitioning from this energy of working on our wholeness, understanding the holiness in our personal presence in any given moment, and then transitioning to Sun in Libra. That's actually happening at 1:02 p.m. Pacific time, which for me, I've been talking about this, the topic is the yin within the yang and the yang within the yin, which is funny because I actually painted a painting, which you can see it in GPS because I have it packed away right now. I painted a painting about this, but it was a yin and a yang with yin and yang within the circles within there, and then even smaller yin and yangs within there. And we can keep going deeper and deeper in. I noticed today that I have a pattern where I take you deeper in, which I think this is going to be a time where we're pulling in, we're looking a little bit more at the details during Libra, the yin and the yang in the details, and then I pull you out and expand. And so Virgo, it seems that we were more expansive, looking at the focus, bringing kind of a broader focus rather than getting stuck on critical energies. And now here we go, we're going to get in and look at the details. So I've noticed that I'm like, oh, I do that. It doesn't necessarily make sense in how I do it, but I'm just following the guidance. So we are going to begin looking deeper in. Before the shift, though, we have some other things going on, and I'll go into that before I get into the Libra. We have the moon also finishing up. The moon is finishing up actually in Libra. So the moon begins the day connecting to Jupiter. Jupiter, which will be finishing up its transit in Libra over the next 20 days about, and we'll be transitioning into Scorpio. So this really is a time to begin to hone our focus on this personal balance and balance of the yin and the yang that is within every one of us. And I prefer yin and yang to masculine and feminine because I think that over time we have distorted what it means to be masculine and what it means to be feminine. And true divine masculine femininity is fluid and does have both of those energies, both the yin and the yang, strong and powerful within them. They need each other. Nothing will be in its full strength if it is 100% yang. Nothing will be in its full strength if it's 100% yin. It needs some form of balance. Now, the balance for everyone and everything is a little bit different because we all came to show up in a different way, but it's noticing where our yin enhances our yang and vice versa. This moon conjunct Jupiter is just going to be expanding that. How are you showing up, and how are you showing up for yourself in the self-love? That has been the topic of Jupiter in Libra, is taking care of yourself, showing up in relationship for yourself, loving on yourself, letting this be the solid foundation that you build every other relationship on after that. And so that conjunction to begin the day just reminds you, how are you taking care of you today? Are you showing up for you? It is at 26 degrees. That is the degree of showing up. Moon opposite Uranus. This brings in a little bit of the oppositional energy, and yet there is still this focus on you. This is at 27 degrees, honoring your personal passion. Uranus energy in Aries right now, I keep thinking of the song, You Can Go Your Own Way. So are you going your own way? Are you tuning in to listen to yourself? Now, both of these things are happening relatively early in the day. So, and moon transits go pretty fast, but still, it's good. Check in, question yourself. Are you going your own way? Are you trusting yourself? Are you being authentic in and for your personal energy? Then we have the moon shift into Scorpio. So that Scorpio is going to help us become a bit more introspective of the next few days. Now, in the next few days. What's interesting about the moon in Scorpio is that moon in Scorpio, like I said, it does take us in. It does pull us inward. It wants us to get into our depths. But again, with this, I don't know, in and out energy, that I've been bringing forth when I'm feeling with this is it may be a good time to take the eagle perspective of Scorpio and fly on high so that you can see, notice with eagle vision, eagle eye energy, how you can empower yourself by bringing your yin and your yang into balance, and where you can see where you're still carrying possibly distorted versions of masculine femininity that is keeping you from integrating these energies within you. So Scorpio will help you, like I said, eagle eye it over the next 2.5 days. That's about how long a transit is. Also, anytime the moon shifts signs and the fact that the sun is shifting signs, you may feel kind of like a power down thing going on today within these shifts. Take it easy on yourself and keep tuning in. How can you balance? That's learning your personal yin and yang flow. Another thing before the sun shifts, we have Mercury connecting to Pluto. A song popped into my head when I was listening to Spirit. When I was looking at the astro transit, the song Suspicious Minds, We're Caught in a Trap, I Can't Get Out Because I Love You Too Much, Baby. That song popped into my head for this Mercury-Pluto energy. How often do we get caught up in our suspicious minds? You have to sort through your mind. What is fear? What is ego? What is spirit? What is your truth? Free your mind and the rest will follow. This is all going to be musical, apparently. There is an element of flow in this. If you can get yourself out of the fears, if you can get yourself out of that ego thinking, you will be able to empower yourself and you will be able to tune into spirit with this connection to help move you forward into your empowerment. That's Pluto energy, into your empowerment. However, Pluto also tunes us into our fears. So that may be coming up. Can you nurture? Can you tend to those places? It's never about shoving them deeper into those, corners, the nooks and corners of your mind. That doesn't help. That just keeps them there. And it's like dust bunnies. It just keeps collecting energy. And suddenly you have like this gigantic dust bunny and you're like, what happened? All right, finally, we are to Sun in Libra. 1:02 p.m. The sun is shifting into Libra. And like I said, my personal theme for this time of Sun in Libra is the yin within the yang and the yang within the yin. And so through each degree, we're going to talk about it. I am going to go through sign by sign and give you your basic lessons with the sun in Libra over the next month, but it's going to be in a few days because I'm still in San Diego and I'm trying to make the most of my time here because I love it here and I love my people here and there's a lot to see and not as much time as I would like. So the yin within the yang within the yin. Today, this is all about noticing it. Today, this is about empowering it. And like I said, if I say the words masculine and feminine and either word triggers you, like if I would tell you, oh, you're a feminine person, or if I would tell you, oh, you're a masculine person, if either of those statements trigger you in any way, that might be a sign that it's time to look at that yin or yang energy. You can take it beyond the masculine and feminine. Okay, where am I avoiding the yin? Where am I avoiding my flow? Where am I avoiding this primal Shakti energy that wants to come through me? There is power in that. And it's the same thing with the masculine or the yang. Where am I avoiding standing up for myself? Where am I avoiding holding my truth, for instance? This is just for instance. And so this will help you bring in that eagle eye so that you can start working with it. And if either one, I wish I had my art right now, if either one triggers you, what you look at is like, okay, where do I feel strong? So for me, I feel very strong in my flow. I'm really good at flowing. I'm like, cool, we'll do this and then we'll do that and we'll do this. But I'm not always the greatest at standing up for myself. That's something that I do need to work on. It does happen. And I'm getting better at, but it still can be a challenge. For me, I have a lot of Libra in my chart and I tend to, this is why this is a thing I say, I tend to put harmony outside of myself before my own personal harmony. And it's something that I do work on extensively, but still there is that habit. It's something that I was taught. Authority brought me that. So I'm learning, even as I flow, that my flow is not necessarily everybody else's flow, and to learn when I need to stand up and say, well, I'm going to do this and this is going to be okay. That's where my yang comes in and strengthens my yin. So it's going to be up to you to figure that out. Like I said, every degree we're going to get into this, but this is how we're going to get into our balance, which is a theme of Libra. There's also relationships, harmony, justice, beauty, pleasure. Libra is ruled by Venus. So that pleasure aspect, that love aspect is very strong in Libra. But finding our own personal balance, that is a very strong form of self-love. So that's why that's going to be our focus. Final aspect of the day, speaking of Venus, is the moon in Scorpio connecting to Venus in Virgo. So this may be a healing moment for your Venus. This may be a healing moment for your yin. This may be a healing moment where you bring some pleasure in and through you and let that help take you through. Speaking of yin energy and flow, I have the Going with the Flow card. Going with the flow into your wholeness, into your balance, into your personal maturity. Now, I love these cards that came out together. Another song popped into my head. Like I said, apparently that may be this thing right now. I got Standing Outside of the Fire, and it's a Garth Brooks song from a really long time ago, and it's like, life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. When we're putting on these masks, which a lot of times we do put on these yin and yang masks, like, oh, I'm going to put on this, and I'm going to act very feminine, but if that yang energy isn't supporting us, then it's not really authentic. We're standing outside the fire, we're holding ourselves back. We don't want to do that. We do want to be in our flow. We want to be in our divine maturity, our divine wholeness. So again, where are you holding yourself back? Where are you wearing these masks? Where are you seeking harmony outside of yourself when you need to not be standing outside the fire? You need to be in the divine fires of yourself. This is a divine opportunity for it. It's all perspective, finishing up these earth magic cards. And one last time, of course, dance, celebrate these lessons, celebrate those places where, like, you're discovering that you're out of balance. How awesome is that we are able to see these things and then begin to shift by working with spirit to rectifying, understanding, changing, shifting, growing. That is what we're here for. And I don't know if I'm going to use these the whole time, but I'm beginning with these for Libra Soulful Women cards. And I pulled card 33, Divine Balance. That is a 6, that is a Venus number, and it is inner wakefulness. I am completely awake and tuned into my truth, clarity, and inner wisdom. You are completely balanced in and through those energies. So here is our Soulful Woman to help us stand up in our divine alchemy of yin and yang with it. So that's it for today. Man, this was supposed to be a short scope. Book a reading if you want to dive in deeper, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.